Well, we're doing a lot. We have 2 or 3 deals, I guess you would announce. They're basically content deals. So I think that's one. One will be announced later today. One will be done tomorrow. We've got a session with the BBC. Discretion being the better part of valour. Maybe I shouldn't have agreed to it, but hard talk for the 3rd time. So Stephen Sacker will be producing, I'm sure, some limpet minds for me. Then we've got a session with another content session. Actually, will be very interesting without revealing who it's to, who it's with. And then last but not least, we've got Al Gore on Friday in the Cannes debate. We've got Matthew Weiner tomorrow at Stream. So Stream tomorrow afternoon and Al on Friday. And then the really big one, which is the awards on Saturday night. So it's a fun-packed, well, it could be a fun-packed win.
Yes, fingers crossed for
if we don't do well, it won't be so fun-packed. Well, you know, Evan Spiegel and Snapchat seem to have got off and running. His PR machine is a strong one, of which we're a part. So that's obviously one part of it. But the ad tech, social media area, I mean, the industry is not, I think, in great shape. I mean, that's a sacrilegious thing to say at Cannes when everybody is doing what they're doing at Cannes. And everybody likes to present it in the most optimistic area. But it's a series of, there are opportunities, no doubt. But there are opportunities that can become threats if you don't do something about them. And the rise of ad tech here, I mean, if you walk along the Croisette or you look at who's doing the big sponsorship, one journalist mentioned to me that one ad tech company was flying out journalists here. I mean, the initiative seems to be coming from the ad tech industry. The traditional, I don't think they are ad techs actually. I think they're more media companies than they are ad techs. I think Google and Facebook are really masquerade as technology companies when they're really media companies. But that's clearly up the ante. I mean, if I look at our business, 75% of it is in media, data and digital, stuff that Don Draper wouldn't recognize. So I think that's really driving the change, and there are 3 areas that are really important. One is technology, which is represented for us through things like AppNexus and Xaxis. The second is data, which is represented through Comscore and Rentrack and what we're doing with Kantar. And then the last area is content, so what we do with Vice, what Alex, for example, is doing with SJR, which you'll see more of tomorrow, what we're doing in the social media space with content, what we do with a full screen, what we do with a media rights capital, what we do with a long time ago with Harvey Weinstein, what we do with indigenous media, what we do with Refinery 29. These are all examples of what we're trying to do with social media and media as a whole. So I think it's changing the nature. So those 3 things are big differentiators for Hill & Knowlton and for everyone else in the group. So technology is important, data is important, content is important. If I look at WPP as a whole, I think the last figure is 54% of the total company, that all 188,000 or whatever are female. I think it's 46% at the middle levels of management. And then it slumps to 31%. We have actually 24% on the board, although that will go up to 29% with the retirement of the people at the AGM, so it'll be 29% of the board. So the board is about the average for WPP as a whole. So clearly it has to get to 50%. I'm doing a session here with Charlotte Beers in a couple of days. It's another highlight I should have mentioned about women. No, look, the simple fact of it, the simple maths, on the assumption that women are equally intelligent to men, which I think they are, maybe they might be even more intelligent, who knows. I think they're certainly better at doing or jobs in our industry. Obviously, you know, I think actually they're more effective in our business than men in many of the areas. Now, whether that's in the creative department or not, we had this Nobel Prize winner that suggested that women are a distraction in the labs. Do I believe that women are a distraction in the creative departments? No. I think they probably stimulate creativity rather than cause problems. although I see he did get some support from some other Nobel laureates, which somewhat surprised me, I must say. So listen, at the end of the day, they are equally intelligent, equally able. Let's say I think they're more able in many respects, as I said, and we should do more to encourage it. Now, Charlotte does the X Factor, which is for our senior level management. We're now doing that on a broader scale because we want to try and educate. It's not just women. I mean, it's educate men as well about how to deal with women, which is not particularly easy. So it's really getting the climate much more effective and giving women the opportunities. I mean, you do have to try and take some specific measures to make sure that women get more exposure. I've encouraged them to be more aggressive and been criticised for saying it. Lindsay Patterson, another, says assertive. She prefers the word assertive, but whether you call it aggressive or assertive, I think we all know. We know it when we see it. So I think we're trying very hard through things like the X Factor and broader approaches across greater numbers of people to give women the confidence in WPP, encourage them to do stuff outside.